Well, I am so excited about today, y'all. Lady Love Smith. Yes, of Reggie and Lady Love Smith. The better part of that team. The prettiest part of that team. Anyway, ladies here, listen, if you're not following her Facebook page, that's why I have her on here today. Because you should be. Whenever, you know how you love it when I'm out on the road and I get on my Facebook and I go live? Well, she does it all the time. So she will be here in just a minute. She's my guest. And I even went to Chat GPT today and I said, give me good questions to ask a podcast guest. Have you ever been to Chat GPT? It is the mark of the beast or something. It sped out so many questions and she's going to get to answer them all. But that's coming up. Hey, listen, April 25th, I'm in Spartanburg, South Carolina with my Mark Lowry and Friends tour. And then Myrtle Beach, Beaufort, South Carolina, Gatlinburg. Go to marklowry.com/tour for more information. And I'm excited to tell you that Chris Blue has agreed to come to my birthday bash. He will be there. So see right here on the poster, look at it. There, we've added him. Chris Blue will be there along with Gordon Moat, along with Endless Highway, Bradley Walker, Kevin Williams, Goodman Revival, Scotty Inman, who else did I leave? Oh, the Lowry Vocal Band. We're all gonna be there. And you can go to marklowry.com, and I'm hurrying because I want to get to Lady Love. But marklowry.com/store, and you can get you a hat. I don't have one. Well, I do too. It's right over here. Look. Here's a hat that's big enough to fit your head. Look, we only sell things on my website that I can wear. You know, because finding hats big enough for big-headed men is tough. Hello, Linda Harrington. I see you just came in. Come on in, everybody. I haven't even sung the opening song yet, but I'll get to it. And then there's shirts. We got shirts. I'm not perfect, but Jesus thought I was worth dying for. That's over there along with the Lowry Vocal Band. That's been a fun thing, putting that together. Along with There Is Hope, my CD. And there she is, Lady Love. Hi, lady.
Hey,
How
how
are
you
you?
doing? I'm
I'm
good.
good. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Well, listen, there's a little bit of a delay, but I want to get in as much as I can. I love the fact that I can get on my Facebook or whatever on my phone, and you're on there all the time, and you know, going live. And I know sometimes you might think, well, am I doing that too much? Because I think, you know, to myself, I go live
Mm-hmm.
every day when I'm home. But
Yeah.
my excuse is it's good for my voice.
Uh-huh.
Because I sit here and sing to myself, and hopefully people at home are singing along. When did you first realize going live was going to be so much fun?
I think it was during the pandemic, during 2020. We were at home and we didn't have connection with people. And I was bored and we were bored and we were doing things around the house. And I thought, well, you know what? People are bored at home too. So I just started going live and we were painting or whatever we were doing around the house. I just started going live and talking to people and singing a little bit, cooking a little bit, whatever we were
Yeah.
doing that day. And it felt like we had company and they were at our house. So it was
Yeah.
just fun to have people. And I found that people, and as you know, are a lot of people are lonely. A lot of people are at home alone. And
Right.
they like to talk to Mark Lowry daily and they like to sing with you and they like to see what you're doing and what's going on. And, you know, and sometimes I feel like it's kind of trite and I think, you know, is this stupid that I'm doing this? But so many people say, you know what? It's something I look forward to. I feel like I
Yeah.
got to do something with you today and I got out of the house.
Yeah. Isn't that
So
nice? A lot
it
of
is.
people who follow us are homebound. I hear from them.
Mhm.
And I love it myself. I
I do
remember
too.
when Amber Nealon would go live a lot. And in the early days of this Facebook phenomenon, when everybody was going live or at least attempting it, and I looked forward to it, and then I started doing it
Hmm.
too. And I called them. I said, "Y'all need to do more of that, because it is
Yeah.
nice to hear from your friends that way. Plus,
Hmm.
I've met a lot of new friends, you know,
Yes.
like Brenda Gant,
Yeah.
people that
Oh,
I'd
good.
never I'd
Yes.
never heard of her. And then one day I
Right.
just going through the reels or whatever it is, and there's this little old lady teaching how to cook.
I, she was doing the same thing, and amazingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how people are getting to know y'all. Are you finding it's helping on the road with your people coming out?
So many people, you know what they do? They come up, so many people come up and say, "Oh, I watched you today," or "I saw Reggie putting the dishwasher in." And it's the most trivial things that they really enjoy. He was up
Oh,
in
I
the
know.
tree, cutting the tree down, or, and they're like, "Oh, I watch it every day." Or this one lady said, "Before I go to bed, I watch it every night." And yeah, we've met so many more people, just as a result of the lives. Just like you. I mean, my goodness, you are the king. You're the king
No,
of it.
but I do
Yeah.
love that I've never seen you this still on any of your Facebook posts.
It's the delay.
Because I was watching one the other day and I was thinking,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
hold that shot there for a millisecond. But your brain is going, going, going.
Uh,
And you and Reggie have been married how long?
30 years this week. Can you believe we had our wedding anniversary this week? 30 years. I usually don't tell that. I don't
Congratulations.
like dates, but he loves it. So I guess I might as well embrace it. 30 years.
Well, why not?
Tax
Look
day.
at you. You look
We got
great.
married. Oh, thanks. We
And
got
so
married
does he.
tax day. He does.
Yeah.
We got married tax day, Reggie's mother's birthday, and Easter weekend.
Wow.
It was
Oh,
crazy because we had
wow.
that
That
weekend
was.
off, of course.
Yeah, I hope you got your taxes paid before you went to the altar.
I don't even remember.
Well, is that Reggie I hear?
Yeah, come here, Reggie.
Reggie,
What's
let
up,
everybody look
y'all?
at you.
Hey,
Reggie.
hey, y'all.
Hey, Reggie, tell them about that microphone you were telling me before we went
You
live.
mean, oh,
Let me.
okay, y'all, I have the
Let me make-
Peebo Bryson I look like death warmed over. I have the
No, you're fine.
Peebo Bryson microphone. Y'all, people, you might remember Bryson. He sang "A Whole New World, a New Fantasy" for Disney. He did a lot of those big things. But this mic
Pop
right
singer.
here, this is a Neumann, about a 1977 model. Neumann 89. Okay, this was the Peebo Bryson mic. He recorded so many things, wonderful tunes on this mic. You would sound like magic on this mic. I recorded, I
It's
re-
so
I
warm.
recorded Adam Crabb last night. We're working on his solo record, and it just is fantastic. Of course, Adam and Lady and you truly would sing on any mic on the planet, SM58, whatever, 57, and would make it really sound good. But it's really, realistically, a great singer makes a good mic sound good. A good singer doesn't make a great mic sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So, yeah.
I love a warm
Say
mic.
more, Reggie. Say more about
Yeah,
Yeah,
us.
so that's the
Reggie.
Peebo Bryson. Yeah, no, that's the Bryson, and she is very. I mean, this is the first time that
Oh,
I put the little camera in a thing so she couldn't grab it. Otherwise, she's like this.
oh,
I
I
touched
know that.
my.
But I love her low tones. I hope you've done it. I wish you would do an album of Lady Love sings Karen Carpenter.
I would love that.
Okay, listen, she would love that. You know what? Hey, we're working on a few things, several things,
We need to do some Karen
and I'll
Carpenter.
tell you later, okay, about it. But
Okay.
yeah, and maybe we'll throw a Karen Carpenter thing or two in there for sure. But you're right, her low tones. Oh my goodness, yes.
There's
And
something
Mark, she
else.
grew up singing with her daddy, kind of singing that old standard stuff. That's what she kind is her natural because her daddy had an 18-piece big band,
Oh, really?
and she grew up standing on the Coke box in front of the band
Oh,
singing.
my
I
goodness.
left my heart, it had to be you, all those old songs,
I
that you love
love
and
those
you've done.
songs. I love them all.
You sounded
Well, I'm just
so
making
good.
sure. Oh, thank you. I don't know what you're
Fly
going to
me
say.
to Fly me to the moon on the
Oh my
cruise.
goodness. Look,
So
and he
Oh,
sits there and it waits and he goes,
amazing.
"Fly me to the," and everybody and the women started
They're like,
screaming.
oh,
oh, please. You're so silly. I'm looking to
Okay,
make
I'm gonna
sure
let
this
y'all
is
go.
coming through. I don't see any comments. If you are commenting, I'll read them later, but they're not coming through for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, they're coming through. They're coming through
Are
right
they?
now.
Are they coming through?
Hey,
Good.
the
Hey.
Carpenters are right here in my neighborhood.
Ooh,
Oh.
I've always, hey, Mark, I've always wanted to meet Richard Carpenter.
Oh,
Have you met him,
really?
Mark?
Have you met
No,
him?
no, no. Where does he live?
Well, this lady just said in her neighborhood. I don't know if he's in California, but he used to be in Nashville some. But I would love to meet him.
It'd be
Mm.
interesting to meet him and hear the stories. She was one of my favorite singers ever.
Oh, yes.
She and Eva Cassidy, you've heard of her.
Yes,
That's
yes.
to me, that's those two right
Amazing.
up there.
And last yesterday I was watching you live and you talked about one of my favorite singers too.
Oh yeah, I had that
I
album.
growing up, loving her, Live for Jesus, Special Delivery, Give Them All to
Uh,
Jesus. She's
oh
still
yeah,
awesome too, like you said.
I
She's
know. Well,
still,
now
you know what I loved it? You talked about how she
they're in
communicated
Florida,
over not
right?
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And
Okay, go ahead.
and you talked about her over enunciating her words and all. And you know
Right.
what I loved about her and still love about her? You just see Jesus all in her eyes.
Mm,
Her eyes just speak volumes when she
I know
sings
it.
and talks to you.
And you could fall
Yeah.
into those dimples. She
Yes.
had the biggest dimples.
She still does.
Yeah, she's precious. And she just walked away. I mean, here she was, the biggest gospel
Mm-hmm.
artist that I know anything about. She led the way for Amy Grant, Sandy
She did.
Patty, all those that came after her. And she was the
Mm-hmm.
first singular girl word
Mm-hmm.
recording artist, and she was selling out arenas. She would walk off the plane with her reel-to-reel soundtracks under her arm,
Oh my
and
goodness.
they would have to play them, at the event wherever they were, and that's how they did it. Terry Garland, you know Terry Garland.
Oh
Yeah,
Terry
yes.
Garland was her promoter. She
that's
and Terry would
right. I remember.
lay out a map and just decide where they wanted to go.
Wow.
And by the
You,
time they'd get there, thousands would be waiting on them because she was
wow.
so big at that
It's
time.
unbelievable. Several years ago, I was so, it was so neat. We sang in Norway, but then in Sweden for a conference, and she was there. It was us and the Nealons and Evie, I get to go out on stage with her and sing, and it was just like, a full
Yeah.
circle moment in my life. It was like, oh, but it
When
was
I
really neat.
reconnected with her, I'd known her when I was a kid, whatever, and then I reconnected with her
Hmm.
years later when I had my own tours. I brought her out on a Christmas tour, and it was so much fun. It was
Mm,
so much fun
I
having Evie
bet.
Tornquist out there singing, "Come
Wow.
on, ring those
Those
bells,
bells,
light the
the
Christmas tree."
Christmas tree.
I know,
I
I
bet
love
that was
that.
great.
I've gone to my Facebook page. Let me turn it down so I can't hear it, but so I could read your comments. Connie Jenkins, I see you're there. Mary Ellen Klang, Reggie and Lady Love just said, and 18 others are watching you. Hello, you two. How fun to get you here, Bonnie Jorgensen. So they are watching. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and give me a thumbs up. On Facebook, sharing is caring. So share it to your page and let
That's
everybody
great.
know that Lady Love Smith and her sidekick Reggie are on today.
Hmm.
So where do y'all think, could you have ever dreamed? You know what? That's one of the questions that
Uh-oh.
I looked up. Is right. Here they come.
I
My
hope I can
brother,
think.
my brother, well, a friend of my brother's from college, Billy McDonald, turned him on to Chat GPT. Well, Mike
Wow.
is paying the $20 a month, and it's already saved him $70,000 in some scammer had got into some account he has, and he was being billed
What?
for 70,000. He
Did you
had
hear that?
proof it wasn't him. Mike put all the PDFs in the Chat GPT. It put out a letter to the whoever it was. Mike could tell you all about it, and
Oh,
boom,
what?
it was fixed. It was fixed
Wow.
because, of course, it was true. Mike didn't owe the money, so that
Right.
he didn't have to hire an attorney, It did it.
Wow.
So I said, let me tell you what I asked it. I need random, deep questions to ask
Ooh.
in an entertaining podcast interview. All right?
Oh my.
Okay. And it said here, okay, here's the first one. If your life was a book, what would the current chapter be called?
Woo. I think a season of change. A season of change because I've been through some health things this year that kind of threw me for a loop, but I just kept going and just adaptability, I guess, is this season, this chapter. Adaptability, going with the flow.
How is that going? You had cancer. And do you don't
It's
do you,
going really.
I mean tell everybody that I'm sure many have been praying for you. Maybe you could
Yes.
tell
The
how it's
week
going.
before, yeah, the week before we went on the Alaskan cruise, I found out that I had to go do a biopsy. And when we got back, I found out that it was cancer, which was shocking. And I just barreled through and just thought, I'm going to get this done. I got to keep going. I had surgery. They got it all. Everything's great. But it was a couple of months of recovery and figuring out which treatment. I did radiation. I just finished that a couple months ago, and I'm cancer free, and I'm on some
Thank
medication for
God.
5 years. The 5 year
Oh,
medication's not the most fun thing in the world, but hey, I'll take it.
right.
So everything's good.
How does it affect you?
It makes me hot, cold, freezing 1 minute, that kind of stuff. But nothing major. It's
Oh.
okay. I'm getting adapted to it, and they said you'll get used to it.
Okay, here's another question. What's a belief you once held tightly but now laugh about?
Oh my goodness, keeping records, keeping what's that called, Reggie? I used to say when I was younger, I thought if I kept all the rules and regulations when I was really little, don't miss a Sunday school class, don't do anything little. When I was little, I thought keeping the rules was more important than why I was keeping them. And
Oh.
then if I did all the rules, nothing bad would happen. Now you don't say that to yourself, but mentally you think it. You think, delight yourself in the Lord and He'll give you the desires of your heart. And if I do all the right things, I'll get exactly what I want. And I mean, it wasn't meaning to be selfish. I thought that's how it worked. But as
And
I
the
grew
truth
older,
is, you're going to get more than you ever dreamed because you're His.
true, and more than you could have dreamed of.
Oh, yeah.
Our dreams are so much smaller than what He has in store. But
I love that.
at that moment, we think this is exactly, I got to have this. This is the most important thing in the world. And God is trying to say, if you'll just step aside a minute, I've got so much better later.
Right, right. Well, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of men what God has prepared for those who love Him. And I love the fact that that's really a very low standard He put up for us. All we have to do is love Him. And what's not to love about Him? I mean,
What's not to learn?
anybody take your beating on the cross? I'm grateful,
Hmm.
right? Okay.
Right.
If fear wasn't a factor, what reckless thing would you try tomorrow?
I would jump out of a plane
Would really?
if I didn't have the fear of that. But
Yeah,
that's just for fun. That's not like
yeah.
something
But
life
why would you
changing.
jump out of a perfectly good plane, you know?
See,
Well,
I
well,
wouldn't. I
hey,
wouldn't.
by the way, with a parachute on.
With a parachute.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
of
do that.
course.
That's what I'm saying. Fear wise, that's what I'm saying. I think it's crazy. I'm like, ugh. But I wish I were a little more daring, a little more. But I'm also a little calculated too, which I think is important. Um,
Would you rather be understood or remembered?
ooh, that is really hard. I think if you are understood, you'd be remembered. Being understood is really important. I
Not
think too,
necessarily.
to be heard. Well, I think it's.
Would you rather be
I think
understood or remembered? Understood.
probably remembered, I
I'd
guess. But
rather be
in
understood.
life, understood.
Because why bother to remember if what you were trying to convey was never understood?
Well, that's what I was saying. And
It's
understood.
best that you not be remembered. Okay, what's
Ooh,
something about
you are so
yourself
deep, Mark.
not really. What's something about yourself you hope nobody ever figures out but secretly wish they would?
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I don't like
What would
that
that,
one.
what, well, I can,
That her husband does her eyelids.
that he does no, everybody knows that you do my lashes.
Aren't these questions unreal? If your soul had a theme song, what would it be today?
Just,
Bring it on.
I think my soul just wants to love. I mean, love is the most important thing to me, to love everybody, to love, for people to feel loved and cared about.
Loving God, loving each
Loving
other.
each other. Are we delayed if we sing together?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't do it, but you can sing,
Uh,
right? Hey, sing a little bit of that. Y'all sing it together. Let everybody hear y'all.
Come here.
You did the lead, I'll do the harmony.
Loving God, loving each other, making music with my friends.
That's it.
Loving God, loving. What a great song. You know, when I first heard it, I was younger. I mean, I was 30 when I joined the Gaither Vocal Band, so I wasn't that
No, you
young.
weren't.
I was,
I didn't know that.
1988. Yeah. And I thought, but I still thought that loving God, loving each other was a little wimpy sounding. I don't, because I came from that independent Baptist world where everything, you don't get real wimpy and ooey gooey, but it is the truth. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. God, with all your heart, your neighbor as yourself. On such hang all the prophets and the laws. The entire Old Testament hangs on those two verses. Isn't that something?
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your theme song would be something like that.
I feel like, I always used to think if like on my tombstone I'd want to say she was a lady and she was loved, lady loved, and she loved, I mean, lady loved. If people could say she loved well, that would be to me it.
That
But
is
let
a
me tell
good
you
one.
I have what I'm going to put on her tombstone.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Two things. One would be give me 5 minutes. The second one might be shut up.
No. Hey, you know what my friends do too? You said something about what I always do. I always call my friends and I'm always talking to them and I always hang up and then I call right back and they'll go, okay, what's your one more thing? I always remember something else I wanted to tell them. And they
Oh
always
yeah.
joke about it. Okay, what's your one more thing?
Are you gonna have that one more thing? That would
One
be
more
funny.
thing and 5 more minutes.
Because
Five
Mark,
of 'em.
goodbyes are never a good. I mean, she
I hate
hates
goodbyes.
leaving a moment. Hates it. Worst thing. Now, first of all, she can barely get to the moment. She's going to be late at the moment.
Shut
But
up.
once she's in the moment, she will not leave that moment. She'll be the last
Especially if it's a good one.
especially.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
right,
put
right,
on
right.
Reggie's tombstone?
Oh, I'm walking away.
Where is my phone? Where is my hat? Where are my keys? Where am I?
Give me a break. Come on. 30
You know
years of
what?
bliss, Mark.
They said they're gonna put on mine. This is the best grave I've ever been in.
I
'Cause
love
they
that when you say
I
Because
love
they
that.
said that I love, whatever meal. Because I didn't even know I did that. When I'm eating,
I
I'll
love
go,
that.
this is the best meal I've ever had. After a while, I guess they quit believing me. You know?
But isn't that a great way to live? Everything
Well, I
you love
sure do
everything you
enjoy eat. I enjoy
yeah.
eating.
Me too, Mark.
So,
Hey, can I
yeah.
say something? Well, no, I better not about you.
What? No, go
About you were
ahead.
saying you were good.
My-
Well, you were saying I thought it was the funniest thing. You were on the bus one night and you said, I would take that new shot, but you said, y'all, eating is one of my most favorite things to do. It's one of the good things I have to enjoy. I don't want to take that
Exactly.
enjoyment away.
Amen.
Well, I did that Manjaro shot for a whole week and wasn't hungry that
Yeah.
entire week, and I said, I'm not living like this. I live for a hunger pain because I live to satisfy it. I'm not going to go through my whole life and never be hungry again. My
That
goodness,
is funny.
what's the reason for living?
You said I
Eating
enjoy
and
eating
singing.
so much.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I got off of it fat and happy, which of course Janet Paschal noticed on the cruise. You heard us going back
She
and
did
forth.
not say that. You kept
She
saying
said
she
she
said
leaned up and she said, "Mark, you're really fat."
No
She
way.
said she did not.
No,
She kept
she
saying, I
didn't.
did
She
not
didn't.
say
She did.
that.
She said, "You've put on a little weight." Well, I heard
Did
you're
she
really
say that?
fat. Well, I have. I mean, I don't care.
I
We're
didn't
good
notice.
friends. Oh, and so of course I wouldn't have let her get by with that. I had to keep saying, "You
All
said I was
week.
fat. You said it." And she's so. I love Janet. Don't you love her?
Love her. That
She.
was great
It
to
was
see.
fun to be with her this week again.
I
And
know.
she's
I'm
going to be
glad.
on the Alaskan cruise too.
I know. I'm glad she's humbled herself and come back to us.
Humbled herself. And she always so polished and so beautiful and so put together. And
Well, she's drunk the
she's not
juice.
changed a bit.
She's drunk that some juice somewhere she sold her soul for, and she's never aged a bit. And
Oh
she'll
my
have
goodness.
hell to pay one day. I'm telling you,
Oh,
one
she
day
will have it.
when that juice wears out and everything instantly overnight, like midnight for Cinderella,
You
the
are
pumpkin
terrible.
explodes and
You're
wrinkles.
terrible.
Wouldn't that be hysterical though if it was true? You know
Well,
that
no.
she looks good and then boom, hey, she
Oh my
comes.
gosh, Mark.
She shouldn't have
Mark.
drunk the juice. I say what she's doing. I'm just rambling. Some of this
I
stuff,
know.
I'm so old now, sometimes I offend myself. So, I'm offended too. But I think it's good. I was talking to somebody the other day. Who was it? Oh, somebody recognized me somewhere and said they remember when my hair was black. And I said, but wouldn't it look really weird now if I had blue black hair in this old face? Because there's
Elvis.
I think you
nothing.
should go blonde.
I could get by with that.
You could.
Well, I'm just saying that because you're blonde. I couldn't get by with it. You've always been blonde, though, Reggie. You've also drank the juice. Both
You drank
y'all.
the juice.
It's
That
We
living
just
eternal.
try to maintain. Oh,
living living with a mean woman.
Oh, okay, okay. Back to lady.
go away. Go away.
So
Or I'm
so
going to be
what
coughing.
so what causes you when you go live? I love talking to you about all this because you're one of the few, and I want more artists like you and me in Southern gospel music to just go live for no reason and talk to
Yeah.
people. And I've been trying to tell the people that follow me, would you just go live or at least record videos for your grandchildren?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
one
yes.
day, what I would give to even hear, I can't even remember what Pawpaw sounded like. It's been so long. I don't remember his voice that well. And Nanny and Grandma and Grandpa. And you can leave a message for your great, 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 great grandchildren.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine if you
You
could
should
sit
market
down?
that, Mark. You should market that. You should have some kind of a audio book you can sell for people to do that for their grandkids.
Well, I don't need to. All they got to do is get on YouTube and get a channel.
Well,
And the cool
but
thing
will they do
is,
that?
no. But they can also do it on their phone if they don't lose it.
Hmm.
Tell
True.
your child or your grandchild what the password is to your iCloud and leave them a
Ooh, nice.
message. Call it a
That would be so
message in a
great.
bottle. Oh,
Hmm.
I think it'd be incredible.
I I think that's why I love video and I take a million pictures. I guess you've noticed. I take tons of
I
pictures too.
love it.
But But when I was little, my mom did not. And so I don't have a lot of pictures of her like when I was a baby, like with us together. She was busy. Back in the day they did she especially didn't for some reason. And so I don't know why. I just always since I was little wanted as many pictures as I could of my mom and my dad. Plus, I came along late in life in their life too, so I was always trying to savor the moment with them and get pictures as much as possible. And so, at first, people used to get put out with me, like on the road and stuff, that I would take pictures constantly or video. Not everybody
Yeah.
likes this,
Well,
like you
you know
do and
what?
I do.
Everybody likes it 20 years later when they get a
And now
chance to
they
see how
say
good they
we're
looked when
so
they thought they
glad.
looked awful. That
Right
they'll
now, they
say,
say
"Ah,
we're
I look
glad we have that
awful."
moment.
Yes,
Hmm.
so take them.
And
I,
preserving
I
that
got,
memory.
I get in their face, and if they don't like it, then don't hang around
That's
me.
right.
I'm gonna get in your
That's right.
face.
They'll just
That's
walk
what we
away.
do. Yeah, I'm
Right.
recording my life, and you happen to be in the way of it if you don't want to be in it.
That's right.
I love how you get in there. I love how
Oh,
you're documenting your journey. All right, how's your kid? We haven't talked about your boy.
he's good. He's downstairs right now. We've all kind of had this stuff, going around since we came back from the cruise, but he's good. He does a lot of like online like trading and stuff, and he's into that right now. He's working. He helps us a lot with like our merchandise, and when we go on the road, if he travels with us, he does like teleprompters, and he's our introvert. Reggie and I are the extrovert. He kind of keeps us in line. He's the
Yeah,
one that says, Dad, don't forget your computer. Mom, don't forget this. Don't.
really.
So,
I
yeah, he's
love
doing
that.
well.
It might be interesting to talk to him sometime about what it was like being raised by two extroverted
Yes.
ADHD parents when you're normal. That's
Yes.
got to be weird.
But hey, funny story. Funny story. One time we were in the car with Bill and Gloria, and we were all five of us were in the car, and Bill said, Reggie said, we just realized that Brett's an introvert, and we're real extroverted, and he doesn't like to talk a lot. And Bill goes, and Bill's driving. He goes, how do you know? We were like, well, he doesn't talk a lot. He goes, how do you know? And he kept saying that. We were like, well, he goes, how do you know? He never gets a chance. And then he started laughing.
Whoa.
Anyway, anyway,
Did you make a conscious effort to let him talk when he was first
we did.
trying to talk?
We did. And he talked a lot when he was little. He was
Oh, he did?
all over yeah, he was all over the map. But
Yeah.
we did. And we had to learn to let him be who he is. He's not us. He's not
Right.
us. And we had to learn to let him have his interests. And he doesn't like to be on the camera a lot. And I have to kind of honor that. And I'd say
Yeah.
just one time. No. And so we have to kind of honor that.
Yeah. Let him. You do you and he'll do him.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I love you and thank you for
I love
letting me
you.
let me just see if there's any more questions. Do you like these questions?
Sure. This is a little harder, isn't it, Mark? Because we can't be as hyper as normal because we're doing this delay and
I know
you
it.
know it's not
I don't
quite
know.
as
If the world froze, let me make sure I really like it for 24
yeah.
hours. Okay, if the world froze for 24 hours and you could move freely, where's
Ooh.
what's the first thing you'd do? If the world
Oh
froze
my
for
goodness.
24
These are
hours and you
these are
could move
deep.
freely, I'd go to Fort Knox see if I could find that key. No, I just, that's
I'd
fine.
go see my cousins in South Carolina. I'd travel all over. I'd go to different cities. I'd go to
But everybody's
I don't
frozen
know,
but
Paris.
you. That's an ignorant question.
Oh,
Right. You're not hanging out with anybody.
oh, then
You
I
I
wouldn't like that if
know.
Fort
everybody else
Knox.
is frozen.
Uh-uh.
I
Why
gotta have
would you?
people.
I just sit still till they
Yeah.
thawed.
I probably watch TV.
I
No,
can
I'm just
tell
kidding.
that's a GPS, GPX, or whatever question
Yeah, can you?
Chat.
because
It's
there's
a
no
weird one.
connection.
A 5-word text message. Okay, here's the last one I'll ask y'all.
Okay.
You think about
Okay.
this too. If you could send a 5-word text message to yourself 10 years ago, or even better yet, 10 years of age, and I changed it to that. I like if you could send a 5-word text message to yourself
Well, these are
10
not the
years
great
ago.
words, but there's five of them.
I know what mine is.
What? I did too. Go ahead.
You go. You
Go
go
ahead.
first, babe.
No, you go ahead.
Buy Tesla stock now, dummy.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk. Okay, wait. Now, how can we say?
mine is
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of
don't sweat the
those you
small
could.
stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be like, don't sweat the small stuff. Like, don't worry. I
Yeah.
mean, like, a lot of my girlfriends, we always say, I wish I was as fat. I wish I were as fat as I thought I was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Because back in the day, you'd think, oh, I don't look good. And now you'd love to look at like how you looked then. You thought
Yeah.
things were so much bigger than they really were.
Yeah.
And literally, and you wish that you could look that way now, and you wouldn't think that.
What's yours?
I just think I wouldn't worry about so many little details in life that really don't matter today. You can't even remember those details that you worried and fretted over so much. You know.
Everything's going to be all right. That's my 5. I think that's
Ooh,
everything is going to be. No, that's 6.
everything's. How about
Gonna,
apostrophe? Everything's gonna be all right.
gonna be
Everything's
all
gonna
right.
be all.
Yeah,
You are so
yeah.
profound. See,
Well,
you're
no, no,
good.
no. If I was, but I mean, to tell a 10-year-old, or when you're little,
Oh,
hey man,
everything's
think
gonna be all right.
it's gonna be a
Every-
fun ride. Sit back and enjoy it.
That's
Every
good,
little
Mark.
thing
Gonna be all right. Hey,
I
can I
love
play you
that.
something? Can I play you
Yes,
something?
yes,
what?
Hey,
yes,
this,
yes,
this is just a
yes.
little sneak peek, okay? And I'm gonna play it on the thing. So
And
you
I'm
hear.
gonna tell him one more thing before we go.
See if you know
Okay.
this, Mark. Now this is Crystal Gale and Eddie
But
Rabbit
it's
song.
not
And you
Crystal and
It's
Gail.
us doing.
and you
We
said you want
recorded.
to show me something else too, lady. Did you say
Yeah,
that?
one
Okay.
more
Well,
thing, if that's okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Is that too loud? Turn it down, but
Don't play it.
no, I said turn it
No,
down a little.
turn.
Play it.
I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't.
Just you and I, just you and I, sharing our love together. And I know in time, and I know in time, we'll build the dreams we treasure. You remember it, Mark?
Oh yes.
All right.
Somehow we will be.
Yeah, we will.
Just you and I. All right,
Yeah.
that's enough.
It sounds, through the internet. Anybody at home, please know it sounds a lot better in that studio where they are. But through my earphones, I mean,
It
I know
does.
how great you are. Is this a new project you're working on?
It is.
It is.
Because I
Songs
know,
we love.
is it like for Gaither along their love
Yeah.
songs series kind of a thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
We had started working on it 3 or 4 years
A couple years
ago,
ago.
and then the vocal band was doing a love song, so we kind of put it aside. And now we're just gonna. It's with the Gaither Gospel series, I think. Is it
Yeah.
Gaither
And
Gospel?
it'll be done when it's done. We're not, just as we go along.
Kind of as we go, we've
Yeah.
added some.
And now tell me about Adam's project that you're producing, Reggie.
Okay, so first of all, he is a beast of a singer. He's just crazy good. He's so much better. He's better that he even knows how good he is. So,
Right?
I mean, he's so good, Mark. He can do anything. He's not a one-trick pony. He's got so many things. He's Adam might be one of the best harmony singers in our genre. He's incredible.
Wow.
I mean, his tone. He is
And this is his best friend, by the way,
well,
too.
one of them.
Right,
Okay,
right.
he no
They are.
no
No,
one
he
yeah.
is
So let
amazing.
me say this. He knows how to blend with a trio. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, Mark? Some people they could be a
Like
great
Humorous,
singer,
right?
but they don't know how to blend. They just
Well,
can't seem
then
to
you
work
should
with us.
sing solo.
Right. And so, but he can do that, and he goes and he's so easy to. Some people are easy to tune to. It's easy. It's no work. You don't
Right.
have to think about, and that's him. And I'm so excited about. We've cut 5 tunes so far, and we were recording last night a song that his daddy wrote, and it's just it's amazing. I mean, it's gonna be
They were
great.
having
Well,
fun
his
up there.
daddy is one of the best writers in our genre.
Mark, wow. And it's complete pain and real. You could smell the dirt
Raw.
and the fresh cut grass on
Yeah.
this lyric and on this
Yeah.
song. Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
Well,
I want to tell you that.
oh yeah, tell me,
Oh,
lady,
sorry.
what you? No, I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna
That
tell
that
you that.
delay is making it so awkward. But I'm gonna hush.
I
I want to hear
know.
what you're gonna say.
I forgot what I was going to say. One other thing, but I wanted to tell you one thing. One thing I wanted to tell you. I want to do a little infomercial. I want to tell you this, Mark. We have this cookbook,
Yeah.
and on if they have this cookbook on page 99, my mother had the greatest Easter story cookies. And it's the neatest thing you can do with kids. Of course, it's a little too late now, but you put these cookies, you mix them up, and everything is symbolic. It talks about the bones, the breaking of the bones, all this kind of thing, and then you put these things in a oven overnight that's not turned on, and when you get up in the morning and turn it on, they pop up and they he arose. You know, it's kind of
Oh
the whole
my.
story. It tells you can talk with your kids and you tell this whole story with these cookies, and they're really neat. It's just a really neat little story in our cookbook. But anyway, we have, we'd love for people. We just, on our site, we just have fun. We just do daily life with people. Sometimes it's trivial. Sometimes, like you said, I feel like, why am I even coming on? Is this boring? But people continually come and say, no, please don't stop coming. I love to see what you're doing that day, even if it's just nothing, and you know that. You sing with everybody, and everybody loves that. And we usually do a song or two, or we cook or whatever, but just whatever we're doing that day, we share it. I go through the car wash. I mean, we just do whatever.
I love
And
it.
we just have a good time and like to share our life with others. And as a result, it's like they're coming into our home too. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you, lady, for doing this. I've been after you for a week, but after the cruise, you were sick as a dog, weren't you?
yes, I had that stupid flu everybody got. And I'm almost over it, so I'm good now.
You sound
I'm
great.
glad you didn't get it. And we had so much fun late at night. You'd come over to the room next door and
Well, your
in your
friends were
robe
right
and
next to me, and
I
I heard
know.
some noise over there, and we had adjoining doors. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
No, but I did get the allergy crud. I didn't get the
you
COVID
did.
this time, but I
I didn't
did.
have COVID,
Yeah, but
but it
What
was the
had
did you
the
flu.
get COVID?
coughing and the crud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey Marcus, that's crazy because you and I sat by each other every show, but you were sick a little bit then afterwards,
Well,
huh?
when I got home, yeah,
Yeah, me
And
yeah.
I
too.
never
And
got it.
he
And
didn't get
she
sick.
she had listen, Mark. She not only did she have the flu A, but she also had a secondary infection in her right lung.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm
Oh
That's
fine.
that's
no.
better now.
I'm
That was
good.
kind of almost pre-pneumonia kind of deal.
It's
And
fine.
it's weird how I didn't get all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Oh no.
but let me just tell you, he thought he did for days. Oh, I think I'm getting sick. Oh, I'm like, you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, I
Thankfully
love
he
it.
was good. But hey, we've enjoyed
So
this, but when you and I
I
are
know.
together, we talk a lot faster than this. And you're
I know.
right, I do move that if people come over, I do move the camera too fast. And I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to work
Oh,
on it.
you'll
Mark will
do
call me and
better.
yell at me too.
But listen, go to Reggie and Lady Love Smith on Facebook. If they put that in the search, it will pop up, right?
Right.
Reggie and Lady Love Smith.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lady with an
And
E.
and follow them. Sometimes Reggie's on there, but Lady's always on there. And I love that you're doing this.
Thanks. Thank you, Mark.
I
Thank you
love
for
you, buddy.
sharing with us today. And we'd love to see some of your people over and our people come to you, but you don't need anybody. You got
Oh my
a
God.
No, we
million,
need to share.
literally.
We need to share with each other. I share every time I see
We
you when
do.
I
You're
can.
so good like that.
I love you guys. I will see
I
you when
love
I
you,
see you.
Marcus.
Bye bye.
Hey,
All right.